Welcome to this week's OK at Work with myself, Sarah Sawyer, and my colleague, Russell Berger, attorneys at Offit Kurman. And today we are talking about just kind of some different areas of law that business owners should be thinking about. So sometimes I get a call from a client and they are dealing with some kind of issue in the business, or they're trying to grow, or they're trying to figure things out, and they identify one issue, but really there's other things they should be considering. And one that I've been talking about with clients a lot recently is their own personal planning outside of the business. So sometimes, the dream, right, if you're a business owner, is you're doing really well and making lots of money and things are going well. And maybe, you're putting money back into the business, maybe you're taking it out, whether it's yourself or you have partners. And a lot of times when business owners are doing well, they start trying to think, okay, well, how do I want to structure the business? What am I growing? Those types of things. And don't always think about the personal side of it. Like, what are we doing with this money? How much money do I want to take out? How much do I want to leave in the business? What are the strategies around that? And so, I know that's something I often get other people in our firm involved in. And what kind of recommendations do you usually make when individual business owners come to you with those types of questions, Russell?
Yeah, I mean, the starting point is, hey, you have a business and it's making money. You ought to protect that. You ought to protect your business. You ought to plan for the transition of your business, whatever that might look like. And you ought to make sure that you personally are protected from anything that might happen, whether it's under your control or not. As the business owner, you're going to have a lot of exposure. So sometimes that's things like insurance. In the employment space, that could be employment practices liability insurance. So there's things that I think are asset protecting that are, you get from an insurance broker. But then there's also things that you can do in terms of the structure of your entity or entities just asset protection, estate planning, trust creation. Thinking about all those things. There's no one right answer, but beyond just sit down and have a conversation and think about these things. Because if you have assets coming in, if you're doing well as a business owner, the last thing you want to do is see that wealth be put in jeopardy.
Yeah, and anytime anyone's growing and starting to look at the structure of their business and things as well, like, you might be forming different entities, calling them different things, but they're all, under one umbrella or to share resources. And there's a lot of different ways to do it. And that's always a good triggering event to think about your own personal estate planning, the interests that you're holding in the business, whether you should be holding them personally, whether, a trust is appropriate, different things like that. Life insurance, the types of things you mentioned, but also just, does that structure make sense? Is the benefit of the structure that you have and any joint resources outweighed by the risk, of tying those things together? So anytime those types of events are happening and growth is happening and you're taking a lot of money out of the business, or different events like that are happening, I think it's just important to look at all of those aspects. We also talk a lot about with clients intellectual property. A lot of times my clients will get going, they're got a really great business going and they haven't protected what they have, even just in the, their name, their brand, the different things that they've been developing. So that's another area that really, as things start to go well, that people should be considering.
Yeah, take stock of what you have and what you need to do to protect it.
Well, thanks, Russell. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Sarah.